Hey everybody, it's Steve here. Sorry to start the video off with me already walking, no car footage this time. I'm at the park again, obviously. There's like one other car of two people over where I park, so you know me, I can't have the camera going in that kind of situation. Awkward Steve, Anyway, the reason I'm doing this today, I came here last week, just like that last vlog that I put up where it was raining. I came here last week and it started to rain randomly, so I didn't get anything that day. But the reason I wanted to is because I've noticed that I'm coming up on 300 videos on YouTube. And now there's a little discrepancy there because I think that sometimes when a video fails to upload, it'll still count it. So I actually counted. There's going to reach a point where I'm not going to do this because there's going to be too darn many. But I've actually got 296 plus the one I put up yesterday, probably 297. So technically, when I put one up today, it's going to say that I've got 300, but I think even then it's only 297. So there's a little discrepancy there, but I wanted to make a 300th video, and I know that the 200th one was at the zoo. It was a little more special than the others. But for 300, you get another boring park video, basically. Wow, that wind! I'm gonna put the camera really close up to my face because the wind's gonna drown me out. It's good though, I wasn't expecting that. It's supposed to be in the 90s today, so my plan was to get an early start and come out here before it got too hot. But it's noon already, high noon. When back in the old west, when people would have gun duels, and it was always meet me at high noon, meet me at noon, we're gonna have a showdown. It was always noon. Why not some other time of the day? Why does it always have to be noon? There's other times, other times for showdowns. Was there ever a showdown like a traffic jam, the equivalent of a traffic jam back in those days? Did 20 groups of people show up on the same street? Were they called streets back then? I don't think they were, but on the same whole bunch of duelists showing up at the same area. It's oh geez, we just want to have a duel here, and it's all backed up. We were supposed to do this at high noon. It's not going to be noon anymore by the time we get around to it. It's like playing golf, you got to wait for the people ahead of you to finish up before you can move on, before you can play that hole. Same thing, you got to wait for the other duelist to finish before you and your opponent can duel. Anyway, my point is that I was planning on, God, there's the bathroom. Do I have to go to the bathroom? I think I do. If I'm going to be rambling like I already am. Yeah, hold on a second. Alright, there we go, that's better. I don't know what it is about that bathroom. It's I start to approach that bathroom and I need to take a dump. It's too much information, I know, but I think I'm taking a dump in that particular bathroom every time I've been here. It's kind of ridiculous. My battery light's flashing? Are you serious? I brought extras. I've learned that lesson. Anyway, I wanted to get out before it got too hot, because it is supposed to be in the 90s today and tomorrow, even hotter tomorrow. So, but I got kind of a late start, so it's good to have that breeze going right now. Feels good. But anyway, 300 videos. I may have to stop at some point just to change the batteries, just so you know. Anyway, 300. I don't know where the time goes. It'd be even more than that if it wasn't for at my last job when I only had one day off. That I pretty much only was putting up one video a week back then. Now I'm doing it pretty much every day. I mean, there's some periods like last week I just didn't have the desire to do it. It was such a rough week at work and busy and stressful, and I find that the best days off for recording anyway are my days off, because I'm more relaxed, obviously. Although once in a while I guess more stressed out video might be entertaining. I don't know. Alright, let's get away from that wind. Not because it doesn't feel good, but because of it's going to drown out. Where's a good view? What do you guys want to look at for like the next 10 minutes or so? I don't know. We'll just go here. So yeah, 300 videos. I know I've said it like 10 times already. It's not really a milestone by any means. There's people on bikes over there. I always wonder how loud voices travel. Like when I'm talking just like this, is it actually traveling far enough like for somebody all the way over there to hear it? You know, I don't think it is, because there's sometimes like when you're around other people and they're talking and they're not that far from you, but you can't hear a word they're saying. So maybe not. Yeah, so nothing special for this 300th video, just another day at the park for me, just me forcing myself to get out. I've spent the last 3 days inside, you know, this being the third day. Sunday was Father's Day, which means absolutely nothing to me, so I didn't have anything to do or any plans or anything, so I really spent the entire day at home. Yesterday, I did a couple chores, but other than that, I really spent the whole day indoors, you know, with the exception of maybe a couple hours. And now it's looking like more of the same for today. Let me change those batteries quick and see if that helps any. There, now there's no little battery light flashing. That's better. Of course, all these batteries are old, you know, so I don't think I have any new ones. This camera cranks through batteries like crazy, so I know I've used all of them. I just got them like in a big pile on my desk. You know, that desk that has the computer sitting on it that's useless. Everything I do, computer, internet-wise, is off my laptop, because the desktop won't even turn on, and that's been like that for years. So I got this desk with this desktop computer that's useless, just taking up space in my apartment. Anyway, as far as games go, obviously I've got Castlevania 3 still going. I still haven't beaten it, still haven't done it. I'm on that level with the clone, the doppelganger, if you will. You know, I couldn't even tell you how difficult that boss is, because I really don't have a chance to fight him, because I get to him with only like one hit left. You know, so the fight starts and like 2 seconds later it's over. So I've been watching some videos of other people, and I see that there's ways to not so much cheat, but in a way kind of cheat it. But light, damn you. Jeez. It's windy enough that my lighter's going out. That's a garbage can. Why do you have the camera focused on a garbage can? Can we at least get like a tree in there or something? There you go. So, Castlevania 3 is still going. I'm not done yet. I don't know why I chose to show both the easy and the difficult paths, because the easy one is difficult enough. I can't make any guarantees of getting through either of them, but certainly not the difficult path. Super Mario All-Stars, that's underway. And like I said, in that first part of that, it feels good to be playing some Super Nintendo games. It's been a while, you know. It feels good to be back into that particular era of gaming. So what else is going on? That's pretty much it for that. And then whichever game ends first, I'll start up another one. I kind of like having two going at the same time, which is odd for me, because I wouldn't think that my OCD would allow it. You know, you would think that my mind would say, no, you've got one started, you need to finish that one before you move on to another. But having two going at the same time is kind of cool. But other than that, it's just been work, and it's been crazy. I mean, it's the summer. Even though I've got a job where, you know, every day is pretty much the same, basically, you can't deny that there are certain busier periods of the year, and we're in it. It's summertime, and I don't know why that would apply to, you know, animals getting hurt or getting ill, but apparently it does. It passed away, but there's a dog that we were trying to help, but it's a case that's been like on the news and everything. You know, that's one thing I do watch on TV is the news for a little bit in the morning. And other than that, I really don't watch TV. My television set is basically a vessel for video games and movies. Mostly video, honestly, even movies. I don't watch that many movies, especially nothing new. I mean, I haven't been to a movie theater in quite some time, just based on the commercials for movies. They look like crap. They look so stupid and insulting to the intelligence of people that I just have no interest in. I can't justify spending. Not I've got the money to spend, but I can't justify spending that kind of money to go to a movie that's gonna suck, and you know it's gonna suck just based on the commercial. The #1 movie in America. I always hate that. I hate commercials for a movie when they say, "Oh, it's the #1 movie in America." Well, yeah, not because it's good. You know, it's only because that out of the 10 movies that are out right now that are all crap, that particular one just happens to be the least crappy. You know, it's not because it's good. It's like, you know, saying, well, there's this, you know, pool of lousy movies, but we want to go see one, so, you know, I guess we'll pick this one. It seems like it's the least shitty one of the bunch. I can't speak. So yeah, #1 movie, please. Not because it's good, that's for sure. TV, same thing. what little I do, and I can't observe it, it's all insulting. And I'm not trying to act like I'm so above anything, but you know, comedies, I just don't find them funny. I watch a few minutes of it. I find nothing funny in them, so I stop watching. And I know that there's those who'll say, well, it's because you're so miserable. You don't find the humor in anything. Well, no, I just find, maybe I'm just getting older. I think a lot of TV shows now appeal more to younger people. They're all about, you know, 20-somethings, you know, and that kind of thing that I just can't relate. Or married life. There's a lot of sitcoms about married life, and I just can't relate to that, obviously. I'm just going to start moving. Of course, now I got 3 things in my hand. Camera, coffee, cigarette. So what are we going to do about that? Alright, I guess I'll stay and finish it. Jeopardy, I know I mentioned that before. I do watch Jeopardy pretty much every night. You know, unless I'm in one of my moods and I just don't care about anything, and I won't. But I just find that show is good for keeping your mind active and filling it with more useless information. I love useless information. That's why I like playing Trivial Pursuit. I mean, even if you don't know the answers, when you hear the answer, you kind of file it away in your mind, and then you can, at some other point, you could pull that piece of information out of your mind and you know, have people give you that weird look like, who cares? I love useless information. I think it's funny. You know, I think it's funny to be knowledgeable about things that ultimately don't matter. You know, unimportant things. So yeah, I watch Jeopardy, but other than a little bit of the news and Jeopardy, I really don't. What else you got? You know, like crime dramas, and those are always disturbing. You know, a little bit I've seen of them, it's like, what mind thought of this? Because obviously if you're going to have a crime show, then you have to have some kind of crime, and it's always this really twisted, it's just horrible, and it makes me uneasy. It's different than when you were, I keep saying you meaning I. It's different than I was a kid. When I was a kid, I could watch all kinds of like gory, bloody, you know, horror movies and whatnot, because I guess the reality of life and death hadn't really sank in yet, so it didn't bother me as much. You know, those same movies now, or TV shows, whatever, not that there were that kind of TV shows back in the day, but to watch them now, it just gives you a different feeling. It gives you a much more uneasy feeling, a much more disconcerting feel, would that be the right word? Just because the reality of life and death has sunk in, you know. So yeah, not much TV for me, really. It's really hard for me to find a good TV show or a good movie. At least newer ones. There's a lot of good movies, but nothing. So yeah, my TV is just a means for me to play games, basically, and watch the occasional movie. But like I say, nothing new, really. All right, let's get walking again. So what else is going on? I don't think much of anything else, to be honest. I just wanted to, acknowledge to myself that whether 300 is a milestone or not, I don't know, but I guess I'll call it one. And say that, yeah, 300 videos, it's something. There's that part of you that feels like, wow, you're just wasting your time, But the majority of me says no. It's a different way of documenting your life. Doing this right here, this is one way of just getting all that excess junk out of your head that's rattling around. And it's one way of documenting your life. But doing it while doing something that you truly like is something else, totally different. It's the juxtaposition, if you will, of what you're seeing and what you're hearing. That's why I enjoy watching other people's videos that have commentary, because to me it's interesting, because you're watching a game being played, which you already enjoy, but then you also get to hear insights into somebody else's life, and maybe, just maybe, you'll hear something that affects you. I think that's one of the advantages of the world that we live in today. I think I've talked about this before, but especially for somebody like me who is not very social and who has issues with talking to people and interacting with other people, to be able to, not that you're really interacting with the other person, but to be able to do that through this particular medium, it's almost kind of getting something that you normally wouldn't be getting, if that makes any sense. You're kind of getting some kind of, I can't call it human interaction because it's not, but in a way it is. Anyone who's listening to this right now, they're not interacting with me, but they're still in some weird way here with me right now, at this moment, experiencing it with me. So it's definitely something about the times that we live in. I guess it could be seen as a bad thing. Someone like me who is more reclusive and shy and intimidated by people, it's almost a way to further that. It's almost a way to, I do believe that the world has become impersonal, and I text people rather than call them. I hate the phone, and I think a large part of it is because I don't like speaking to people. I don't know. So it's that impersonal, I keep wanting to say unpersonal, it's that impersonal way of communicating with others or interacting with others. I don't know. There's something to think about. But anyway, so I just wanted to acknowledge to anyone who is watching my videos. I mean, I don't get many comments, and that's fine, because I don't think I've ever left a comment on anybody else's video, and I feel bad sometimes because there are some that I've seen that I've enjoyed and have actually meant something to me, but then that social anxiety kind of kicks in, and I don't make a comment about it. I don't let the person know, hey, thanks. So I fully understand that if anyone is watching mine and they don't comment, that's fine, because I understand. But based on the views, I can say that, well, I mean, my older ones are kind of getting up there. The newer ones kind of sit at like, 2 or 3 views. But it's all good. I'm not saying that in a complaining way. I'm saying it in a I understand kind of way. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you are watching them, thank you. I do appreciate it. I don't know who would be interested, I really don't. But it's just a way of me letting things out. It's not good to never speak. It's not good to not let things out. I'm the kind of person that can go for days, if I really wanted to, without speaking a word, and I've done that. I've actually gotten through a 24-hour period without speaking at all, and that's just not healthy, you know. So usually to make sure that that doesn't happen, what I'll do is I'll play a game and just start talking to myself. And so that's where, and seeing other people do it too, of course, on YouTube, is what kind of made me say, well, I'm already doing it, I might as well record it. That way you can save it. You know, yeah, I'm doing it for myself, but I guess I'll go back this way. But I'm able to save it. You know, something to look back on. I mean, there's still a lot of things that I have not yet disclosed in these videos. A lot of really personal things that I just don't think I'll ever be ready to be honest. You know, maybe someday I will, but because a lot of people are probably, you know, in my own life, I know they've formed judgments about me and they've formed opinions about me without really knowing everything. And therefore I can't blame them for doing so, because if somebody doesn't know certain things about you, then how can you blame them for thinking something if they don't have all the information? So, you know, I don't blame anyone really for what they think about me, honestly. I mean, it can hurt, it can cut, but, you know, ultimately they don't know. And until I say it, no one's gonna know. So, I mean, it's nothing earth-shattering and horrible, you know. It's things that, you know, you like to think that, you know, you're unique or something, you're the only person who's gone through something, but that's not true. For everything that you've gone through, there's thousands of other people out there, if not more, in this world that have gone through the same thing. So, you know, it's good to be deflated once in a while and to realize that you're not so special, you know, you're not so important. You don't have to play the victim, you know, because you're not alone ultimately. Anyway, I don't know where this video is going. It's kind of all over the place. So yeah, I'm heading back to the car now. It's way too hot to sit in the car. I might try and do some kind of a wrap up in the car, but it's just too hot. Maybe I'll do it at home. I feel like I haven't done one of those in a while. I'm always at the park. So yeah, why don't I'll do some kind of wrap up at home. All right. Cool. See ya. So I always hate when I say, oh yeah, I'll be back to wrap things up later, and then, you know, when the time comes I don't feel like doing it. You know, it was so hot out there. I got home and the reason I didn't do this immediately was because I just peeled my clothes off because they were just covered in sweat, you know, and then I'm not going to subject any of you to that, so so it's actually been a couple hours. Somebody from work, I'm not too happy about this, somebody gave one of my, not even one of my coworkers, it's somebody who works at opposite shift as me, they gave them my cell phone number and they were texting me about, can I work Sunday for them? It's are you serious? You know, I do enough, you know, and I'm not too thrilled about the fact that she obtained my phone number. It's not like, you know, that's public, you know, information or anything. Whatever. Anyway, I did put in put in for a few vacation days in July. You know, it's time. I've been there a year and 4 months now. It's time to start using some vacation days, that's for sure. And the way that I did it too is going to be cool because it's 1 day, 1 week, and 1 day the next week. So I'm actually going to, then plus throwing 4th of July in there, I'm going to have 3 weeks, 3 3-day weeks. So that'll be cool. I got the next part of Super Mario All-Stars here, rendering. Then of course I got to swap it over to Movie Maker and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I really don't have much else to say. cool that's done. So yeah, that's really it. That's all I got. So as I was saying at the park, which I hope it came out okay, you know, not too windy or anything. Anyone who's watching, I appreciate it. I do. As I'm staring at my computer screen, whatever. I'm being all like impersonal, but I don't want to say that this feels like a chore, because it doesn't, but there's certain aspects of it that I could do without. The rendering, the converting, all that kind of stuff. I could probably do without all that, but alright, bear with me. This will only take a second. I shouldn't be doing this right now. I'm supposed to be making a video. I'm making a vlog. I'm making a vlog and I'm making a video at the same time. So anyone who's watching, thank you. I appreciate it. And here's to another 300, basically. Okay, there. I'm done. Yeah, here's to another 300 and more. You know, I don't see why I would stop doing this. I fully intend to keep going and sharing what I can, game-wise and life-wise, with people, anyone who happens to stumble across them and cares about watching them. So, God, I'm itchy. I need to shave. Look at it. This is another reason why I didn't want to do this. I'm sitting here looking like a bum. I always make these vlogs on my days off, and I always look like a bum. Not that I look great any other time. Anyway, that's all I got. Everyone, take it easy. Have a good day. Peace. And thanks for watching if you are. And I will see you around for, well, for right now, Super Mario All-Stars and, God, the rest of Castlevania 3. Grr. Anyway, we'll figure it out, alright? We'll get through it. Alright, that's all I got. Peace. Bye. Oh, that knee.